Luka and honestly the Lakers have looked amazing to start the year. I know that they started off with one loss and one win, but honestly I think this team is even better than their record tells you. Realistically though, I have 3 points for this video. Number 1, his play. How long can he actually keep this up as a player? Now he's had 2 huge games, something like 40 points, something like 46 points. On pretty good efficiency, he's shooting well, he looks great, he looks healthy. How long can he actually keep this up? And one question that I want to ask is how long can he keep this up once LeBron is back? Once he's going to have to share touches with Reeves, with LeBron, can he actually keep this up? Well, to answer this, I think that he can. Honestly, I really do think that he just looks overall healthier, and I think that he can keep up this style of play while letting LeBron kind of take a back seat, because me personally, I don't think LeBron is going to retire this year. I don't think he's going to call it quits. I personally think that he will want a farewell tour. So I think that while he can take kind of a backseat, maybe hit 15, 20 points a game, not be an all-star, I think that's the perfect scenario for this Lakers team. And I think that's the perfect scenario for LeBron. So again, I think that he can keep this up. It's really just if he stays healthy. And I think that you can really see his loss of weight on the court. I think this is definitely a revenge season for him. I think this version of Luka is here to stay. Mark my words, maybe I'm wrong, but And my second point is that the team issues kind of have eased up a little bit. Now, I think I critiqued him in my first video of the season, saying that, Ayton does not look that good. The role players do not look that good. This team doesn't really look like it meshes well together. Well, after that video came out, honestly, Ayton looked a lot better in this second game. And if we can get this version of Ayton on this team a lot more frequently than the version of Ayton that we saw in Portland or even that first game of the Lakers, I think that this team honestly is better than people thought. I was really high on the pickup of Smart. I was really high on the pickup of Ayton, while a lot of people weren't. And we're seeing it now. Smart can play good defense. Well, he's kind of foul prone so far. I think that he can really be a piece to this team. Same with Ayton. While I don't think that he's a physical big like I was asking for, I think that him being able to maneuver a little better than some of the centers like we saw like Rudy Gobert can really help this team. And if he keeps hitting his screens, my biggest complaint for the first game was he did not hit any screens, and then he would do a roll and he would stop halfway through, basically expecting a pass so that he could hit maybe something like a shimmy post fade. No, he takes the ball on a pick and roll, and he will go to the basket. Sometimes he will pull up in the mid-range, whatever, that's fine. That's DeAndre Ayton for you. If you weren't expecting him to do that, you're stupid. So realistically, if he can just keep hitting these screens, we got a few other players that maybe could play a little bit better. They've taken down a pretty good Timberwolves team here. I'm not the biggest fan of them personally as a, roster construction, but they're good. So with 2 of those main points out of the way, the question that I really wanted to ask in this video is, can he actually win the MVP this season? And I went to this season, I would have told you yes, probably a week ago. I would still say yes right now. Now, the one question I have is, can he actually, continue this narrative? He already has a chip on his shoulder in these conversations ever since that blockbuster trade from the Mavs to the Lakers. Everyone kind of, I think, even if you don't think so, subconsciously has wanted him to play amazing this season. They want him to win MVP, to prove Nico Harrison wrong. And I might make a video on the Mavs' current situation, but that ultimately kind of brings this up even more. The Mavs suck. That trade was insane. It makes him look better as a player. So can he win? If he keeps up this narrative, I think so, yes. Obviously, he does not have to score 40 points a game, but it does help. The realistic question is, can the Lakers actually be a top 5 seed? We've seen, I think it's like 1 MVP from a team that is not a top 5 seed. I believe the OKC Thunder was the 6th seed when Russ won it. If I'm not wrong, that was the last one. I don't believe anyone else has been belower than the 5 seed, so belower, I'm stupid, sorry, lower than the 5 seed. So realistically, can he win? Or will it go to somebody like Shea, who probably will have a better record? They look amazing, he looks great. Say what you want about his free throws. Obviously, I don't love the free throws, but he's a great player. What can I say? He does drive, he does get fouls. And Jokic is obviously going to be in these conversations. He has looked good so far. The Nuggets look pretty good. That loss was crazy. Steph Curry is inevitable, blah, blah, blah. I think that Luka can realistically win this MVP. And, I'm going to lay out the framework real quick. What does he need to win it? If he averages maybe a little less than 30 points per game and 8-8, I think he wins it with a no-brainer, as long as they are above the 5 seed. Now, if he was going to win it and they were like the 6 seed, maybe if he had a 30-point triple-double, I would see voters tossing him a ball, tossing him in a bone, like, well, let's give this guy a shot, But the question is, will they just take Shea over him? Honestly, who knows? Bit of a all-over-the-place video. I wanted to talk about Luka's play so far. He's been amazing. His step-back three is killer. It's even better than last year. I don't know how that's possible. He's gotten, he's quicker, I think you can see. I've seen some good defensive plays out of him, which is amazing. Something else that I want to bring up real quick, I probably won't make a video on it because it's kind of minor, but I really do like the prime coverage. Let me know if you like the prime coverage as well. I was watching this game last night. I could only watch one half live, and I went and watched the second half this morning. I really like the prime coverage. I really like the NBC coverage as well. And while I'm not a big fan of so many different, places to consume NBA basketball, I'm okay with it as long as they have a good graphic design team. I like the score bugs. I like some of the things like, the clips of live Luka takes a shot and it tells you how far it was. I like that kind of stuff. So I like the commentary team. I like Blake Griffin. So let's see how it goes throughout the season. They're just getting started. Hopefully it gets better. And thanks for listening. I'm probably gonna make another video today or tomorrow about the Mavs because they look so weird. But peace out.